Hello, I'm David McBride. I've done a lot of interviews with various different people. One of my attitudes is that you need to talk to anybody. And I guess if I criticise the government for not being transparent and for not being open and not answering people's questions, how can I then do the same thing? So I've spoken to various countries around the world. I've spoken to various people of different belief systems, and I believe that the way forward for some peace in the future is that we are open to at least taking questions from people in all countries, of all belief systems, and also not necessarily people. So here is an interview I've done with an interested party who should have a place at the table.
That was an amazing sleep. Yum, yum. I'm hungry. Who are you?
I'm David McBride. This is my house.
Huh. By your surprise, I understand you must be some famous guy.
Not famous, no. Notorious.
Weed from the hospital, man. Fuck that. My Uncle Paulie gonna pick up 10,000 from Dez, gonna take about like 20 G's from Gino. Tell that motherfucker to get this nigga next door up out of here. This nigga be snoring all night. I can't sleep. And call that big butt nurse with the long hair to come suck my dick.
Yeah, boy, come on.
The doctor said I need about 3 weeks of recovery.
Soon to be going to prison.
Oh wow, notorious and soon to be going to prison. What did you do? Did you marry a Kardashian and upset her?
No. That's, you don't know. You do that.
Did you marry two Kardashians and upset them?
No.
Is that a bigamy thing? No.
No problem with the Kardashians. I'm just, I gave away government secrets about what I consider to be war crimes. And I'm going to go to prison for that.
That sounds like a pretty serious thing, and you might be laughing about it. Is this some kind of sick joke?
Well, I'm talking to a puppet. I'm a bit worried about my mental health. But no, it's true. It is true. And that's what happens today. I don't know how long you've been asleep for, but that's what happens in today's world.
I think I went to bed in, what is it? June 2019. When are we now? What's happening? What's the date?
2019. A fair bit's happened since June 2019. Anyway, you don't need to know all of the details, but someone's got a spicy cough, you run away. Lucky you don't have to wear a mask. But anyway, I'm going to prison, and so
okay,
the government doesn't like truth tellers. It's a bad thing.
So, okay, you say you expose government secrets. Did the government spend money? Was that corruption?
They did waste a lot of money, but basically that was about killing people and pretending that they didn't. So yeah, it's probably worse than that.
Yeah, I would say killing prison is a little bit worse than that. But how did you get to know about this?
It was in documents, and documents that were on the secret system, which I was entitled to see. And I asked questions, and I didn't get very convincing answers. I asked more questions, and I made a complaint. Because while I couldn't see the full picture, it was clear they were covering something up. It wasn't clear what it was, but there was something very wrong in the top of the Defence Force.
So you had access to secret documents which you checked out, and the secret documents said really bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was a lawyer in the Defence Force, so this was looking at incidents, looking at things that happened, considering the results and the investigations. That was my job.
So
I did
lawyer
my job.
in the defense.
I
You're a
did my
lawyer.
job. And I'm going to go to jail for doing my job.
So you're a lawyer in the defense force and you had access to some secret documents. What kind of lawyer? Were you a good lawyer or were you like Saul Goodman, a shoddy lawyer?
I don't know.
Good school or a bad school?
Well, I've a bit of both. If you're a lawyer for the Defence Force, it's a bit like being a lawyer for the rugby league teams or something. There's a lot of problems.
Clearly his taste in women is the same as his taste in lawyers, only the very best, with just the right amount of dirty.
But you don't always, your job is to sort out the really serious problems from the livable problems, I guess.
I see. So how did you get to be a lawyer for the defense force?
Well, I went to university in Australia. I went to Oxford. I did another university in Australia. And so I was well qualified, and but still, go figure, that I think I did what was right, but the government disagrees.
So how did you end up in the military there? That sounds like you are going to be a lawyer at a good school, and then you could go, to nice dinners, have caviar, drink lovely wine, and talk with pretty girls about their Porsche SUVs and how it's protecting their children.
Buying a Porsche SUV for the sake of the kids' safety. I don't think I've heard such transparently banal bullshit in my entire life.
Yeah, no, it is strange. I always wanted to be a soldier. I only did a law degree because my father wanted me to have some sort of professional degree. Once I was in a different country, I joined the army because that's what I really wanted to do. Later in life, I combined the two things. I became, as I did quite like the law, I became a lawyer for the army, and it was a perfect job for me. It's not a job I wanted to give up easily because it was well paid. You got to do interesting things. You got to defend people who were putting their life on the line for their country and throw the bad ones out if necessary. It was a pretty good job, and I liked it, and I'm sad that I lost it.
That sounds like an establishment guy's job.
Yeah, I was totally establishment. My father was quite a famous doctor. We grew up with money. We went to the right school. So I'm not a terrorist, or I'm not even an anarchist. I believe we need a good defence force, but the defence force has been overtaken by the wrong type of muppets.
I'm not a terrorist. That's what a terrorist would say.
That's true. That is true. Maybe I am a terrorist. That's what the government says. And the thing is, they get to define who's a terrorist and who isn't a terrorist, which is one of the problems. So if you're a critic of the government, you can be treated like a terrorist. Poisoning me. I wouldn't necessarily eat any chocolate chip cookies you find in my house because they could be goddamn poison.
Chocolate chip cookies. I would love some chocolate chip cookies. I'm actually a little hungry.
I do have some, but I'm going to have to go off camera to get them.
Are we on camera? Yay, we're on camera. Back to my happy life as a superstar. We'll be right back.